Very different style of wash today than I normally do. This client told me as I was picking the car up that they've got a very small amount of time to have a car wash. So can I just do something very, very quick for them? 'Cause it hasn't been done in 2 weeks. So this is me doing a car in a different way than I normally do. And I could be talking to myself. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. But that's all right. That's all right. So I'm using Built Hamber Surf X HD on the wheels. And this is all that's going to go on the wheels today. Then I'm going to slow foam the car with Built Hamber. What is it called? Built Hamber Touchless. Is it touchless? They're slow foam. Pretty sure it's called touchless. And I've gone pretty heavy with the dilution ratio because, again, this is just going to be one hell of a quick wash today, which I don't normally do. But this is a long-term client of mine, and if that's what they want, that's what they need, and that's what I'm going to do. So for once, I am actually using this as a bit of a pre-wash. Don't normally do that. Yes, I realise I look about 2 foot tall next to this car. Right, okay. Let's see what we can do with this car then, shall we? Nathan, how you doing, Nathan? Is it just you and I here right now? No. Right, time to foam up the car. Don't usually use chemicals as strong as this, but again, this is what the client wants today. It's the first time in about a year and a half that they've ever asked me to do this kind of wash for them. I feel kind of dirty doing it, but sometimes you got to do these things. I've already done the interior. That took me all of about 10 minutes. That includes a Hoover. So I'm using my normal chemicals here. I am using them at a much stronger dilution ratio. So it should do a hell of a lot of work for me. Good. I'm glad you're good, Nathan. And Gary, good to see you. Awesome video stream. Thank you very much. I'm going to try and do more. I checked. This is only the fourth time that I've actually been live on YouTube. This is going to be a very quick and easy one today because this client needs the car back very, very quickly. But usually my lives can be for quite a long time. I'm hoping that the sound is okay. We had some sound issues yesterday. Got some updates from the phone. That should make it better, allegedly. So maybe you guys will let me know if it's good or bad. Hopefully it's good, obviously. I know you can't see me right now. Usually I do take the camera with me so you can see everything that I'm doing, but I can't stress to you how unusual a style of wash this is for this particular client. It has to be quick. So snow foam is obviously on the car. I'm going to let that literally sit for a couple of minutes. Let it do the work. It'll make my life easier. I'm going to pressure wash it off. I am going to snow foam it very quickly again. Whenever you change these out, always fire it away from the car. If that flicks out because it's not in here properly, you've got an absolute nightmare. You've damaged the car, I guarantee. Yeah, so I'm going to pressure wash the car off, snow foam it again, wash it, and leave it. And obviously, pressure wash off the soap. I don't actually have to dry the car because I've got purified water. I'm going to show you exactly what it is. But over there, that's known as an IBC. It's a 1,000 litre water tank. It has purified water in there, which means it's impossible to leave water spots. Um, Sound is good today. That is so fantastic. Okay, we're slowly working these things out, Gary. First British streamer I came across after scrolling past all the Indonesians. That's interesting. I use YouTube a lot, and I've never ever watched a live stream on here before, which I need to do. Um, as can't hear the power washer, that's good. Right, I need to make Gary. How do I do this, Gary? Gary is there we go. Gary is add as can review hard. Um, right, I don't know. Right, Gary is now a moderator. Gary, you've got two jobs. Well, one job, two platforms. Gary moderates my TikTok live where we are normally really quite busy. But to be honest with you, I feel like taking not a break from there, just spending a bit less time there and spending much more time here. Because I've got a growing platform. Definitely don't want to ignore all of you guys. Got like 1,000 subscribers now. And for me, that's significant. Right, okay. I'm going to pressure wash this off. You're not going to see everything that I do, but in future you will do. This is a very, very quick wash for this car. In fact, it looks like the car's jacked up a little bit, so I am going to lower the car. Let's see if this works. Open sesame on the boot of the car. It's packing stuff. Right, let's see if this lowers the car. Yep, there we go. That's one of the reasons why I look so small next to this car, but not the only one. Right, so here we go. I've got another car behind me, which I did yesterday on live, and that's an Aston Martin DB7 Volante. That was a nice car to do. It's not finished, so I will be doing some more work on that car. Make sure I don't step off of this and fall over in front of, I don't know, 40 odd people on YouTube live. Uh, yeah, let me show you the other car that I was working on yesterday, but you never got to see, unfortunately. This one right here, the Aston Martin DB7, the M2 has finally gone. And note one, I feel exactly the same way about you. The Gary, it looks like you've already got one to block. Yeah, I've got no time for haters. Sometimes I do, but lately, the bigger my account gets, the more hate I'm getting, which is a bit of a shame because I'm not a hateful person. But these things happen. You just have to know it, get on with it. But luckily, I've got my good friend Gary here, and Gary is more than happy to remove people. And if he hasn't got the ability, then I will change it so he does have it. That is no problem at all. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind being kind to myself and everyone else, great. I can't be bothered with hate these days. When I say my account is growing and I'm getting more and more hate, on here I've got 1,000 followers, which to me is significant because it's taken me a good few months to get there. On TikTok, I think I've got about 14,500 followers. And on Facebook, I've got maybe another 14 or so thousand followers. I'm not sure. But they're both growing really quite quickly, and I want this platform to do the same. So I do sell cars, I do machine polishing, ceramic coatings. This is in just for a weekly wash, but it's a very quick and dirty one. The client needs the car back very, very quickly. So I'm not going to be moving the camera around like I normally do. I'll try and answer questions if there are any. It's a bit easier on this platform than the other one. Not so many messages, which is absolutely fine. Trying to make my life a little bit easier. But I like to answer questions about detailing, any products that you want a bit of help with, let me know. Just have a general chit chat, even. You keep me company, I'll keep you company. Bit of a good deal there. Right, what I'll do is I will bring the camera over here so you can come with me and see more of what I'm doing. Otherwise, you are going to get a little bit bored, aren't you? No, it was timed out. Timed out for, is that 86,000 seconds? It's on a 24-hour timeout. Oh, Gary, that's brilliant. A timeout. He's in the naughty corner. Imagine coming into a screen the first time you've seen someone, just saying something silly like that and embarrassing yourself. I actually don't mind some of the hate because the haters actually boost my posts. But sometimes you just think, I don't want to deal with that rubbish. So you just start off basically. Today's one of those days. I just want to be around good people. The weather's toxic. It's raining. It's cold. I don't need haters on top of it. Anyway, so this car is the second car, funny enough, Range Rover that this particular client has had. The first time I met them, they had another Range Rover which they loved to pieces. And uh, yeah, and after about 6 weeks after doing the car for them, the car was stolen. They spent something like 1,500 quid with me having this Range Rover made to look like perfect. So 6 weeks stolen. And then however many months later, 6 to 8 months later, they found the car, like up the road, basically. You would have thought a car like this would be gone, taken to another country, pulled apart, sold in pieces. They quite literally found it up. In fact, it was being driven by the people that stole it. They tried to get it back, insurance, but they couldn't do it. But that's probably a good thing because Range Rovers these days, the insurance is a fortune. Or it is around the London Essex area anyway. Yeah. So making sure that the pressure washer hits absolutely every inch of this car. Come on, get up there. To make sure that the snow foam's actually done its job. You guys go very, very easy with me on questions and comments. I mean, 28 of you. No one even wants to say missed a bit. I guess this might be one of those places whereby you don't need to talk too much. Maybe you just want me to crack on with my job. Would any of you write a comment and say, just crack on, no chit chat? If you want me to have a chat with you, maybe do a thumbs up. Would you indulge me in that? So then I know that there's good content for you. I can kind of gauge it. If you want me to shut up, tell me to. If you want me to have a chit chat, do a thumbs up. Something like that. I don't know. I'm still learning about you guys. You're still learning about me. Like, most of the dirt is off this car, and all I've done is put a snow foam on there and a little bit of a pre-wash, which I never normally do. Right, I'm going to come back and see if anyone's commented. Might be that I need this weather. No, you're absolutely right. Is it the same up there for her as well then? If a shame, Gary, because we could have gone up there today and helped. See weather. My red nose on this cold day. Rudolph's here early. Right, pressure wash the front of the car, and then we give it a wash. And then after that, I'm going to pressure wash the car again, and this car is done. I'm not going to go over the windows, maybe the windows. No, actually, I'm not going to go over the windows. They need this car back so quickly that everything that I had planned falling to pieces. I've got a new toy as well that I wanted to test live for all of you, and we can give it a thumbs up on. Why am I pressure washing that off? I'm just going to put more on in a second. I'm guessing it's 10 now. All right, cool. Thank you. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? I need to get this car back really quick. I've got an appointment at 10:50 in Romford. It's not far from here, but the traffic's not particularly great. So the reason I'm putting this on again is I've got some left, so why not? The snow foam will do a lot of the work for me. And if there's any other little bits of dirt on there, just we work at it while I'm manually washing the car. Okay, time to actually hand wash the car. Get some suds in the bucket. Gary, this is one of those times where I say to you, the day just changes at the flick of a switch. So, yeah, mental day. But after this, I'm going to go to Fairmont Sports and Classics, and I'm going to try and get the guy to actually book the car in for next week. So he did say to pop in. I don't fancy doing the Aston today because there's no rush. I'd rather go and get something from that guy booked in for next week. Let me move that over so I can watch as much of that windscreen as possible. This is very basic for you guys to watch today, but I'm glad that you're here nonetheless. Thank you for keeping me company. Right, let me take you around the other side of the car so you can see everything I'm doing. There you go. I love that that guy's been blocked for 86,000 seconds. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the glass and the roof. I'm using a 2 bucket wash method for any of you that care what that really is. It's not the most interesting thing in the world, I know. But what you're supposed to do is you have shampoo and water in one, shampoo the second one, but the second one you dunk the dirty microfiber into it, get rid of all the uh, debris that might be on there, and then you put it in a fresh bucket with just the shampoo and clean water. So it's a boring bit of information for you. And after I pressure wash this, because of the water that I'm using, it doesn't need to be dried. So I'm not going to dry this car, and there will be no water spots. I definitely guarantee it. If you want, I can bore you with those details, but no one's going to ask. No one's going to ask about the water. Happy to watch. Cool. Thank you, Nathan. We've got a new fan here, Nathan. Thank you for watching. So what do you normally see on the lives? You said that there's a lot of Indonesian people. What are they doing on their live events? Because I've seen some things on TikTok, and I've seen some weird things, to be honest with you, but I really don't know what they're up to. So, Nathan, what kind of stuff do you see with those guys and girls? be interesting to know what my competition is out there. Right, again, very, very quick wash on this car. I can't stress that enough. Just going to go around and do the top half of the car, all the windows. Then I'm going to start to use the two buckets. I can't share to friends as I don't know anyone on here. No, I don't know anyone on here either, Gary. Well, other than you and now Nathan. And Gary, when I looked, because you know I like the analytics on this stuff. So I looked yesterday and I need to get 4,000 watch hours to become monetized on YouTube, which 4,000 watch hours, I've got that in one video on TikTok, but on here it's much, much harder. But yesterday, when I did the live, even though I was only live for something like 80 minutes, I got 33 watch hours because of all the people that were there and watching. So I'm just explaining where I'm at to all of you. And my goal, I'm just going to do bottom or the top half of the car even. So yeah, that was significant to me because an 80-minute live that got me 33 watch hours is a big deal to me. And that will get me monetized. Then I can do more and more lives for you guys in the future. It'll probably mean I get next to nothing, but hey, it might pay for breakfast. I can talk a bit more freely on here than the other apps, can't I, Gary? Right, okay. I guess this is much easier for you to hang around and just watch, but there's not a lot for you to do. And I'm scared that you haven't got all your friends here, Gary. All right, okay. But we'll build it up over time. Considering this is only the fourth time I've ever been live on YouTube, to have what I think just then was 40 odd people, I'm genuinely so happy about. When I've done it on other platforms like TikTok, uh, took me ages to get to 40 people watching me. A lot more lives than just four. My theory is, could this grow even bigger on TikTok? We're all going to find that together. You can talk about people as well. I can talk about people, but this is still recorded and I do make it available for everyone to see afterwards. I've, I've got a message from Rhino Shine. Want me to use their products. I'm a bit, don't know what to do. Uh, I'm sure they're powerful products, but do they need to be caustic? And I would argue that they don't need to be. And I struggling with that one. I have told the owner before, getting scratched in the face. Sorry, it was not with me, the Indonesians. It was Kate. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Nathan. Apologise for that one. I think I'm thinking so much about the car. I'm not thinking about the comments as much. But sorry about that, Nathan. I got confused. Let me tell you about the products that I'm using. I've got Built Hamber, touchless in the snow foam. I've got Dual Auto Care, Bahama Blue shampoo. I've got a Dual Auto Care wash mitt. I use quite a few different products from CarPro, Geon. I use, what else do I use? A lot of snow foam lances. I've got MTM. Equipped to clean, dual. Protection, I use ceramic coatings. There is anything from Geon to Car Pro, G Technic for the windscreen. But what I like to do is help people with their own cars. So if you've got anything with your own car that you need some hints and tips on, you got something dirty on a seat, bird poo removal, people ask me a lot about, scratch removal. So if you've got any questions, I genuinely just like to help people. I'm not selling anything, nothing at all. All I'm selling is, would you stay? Would you watch? Would you subscribe? Would you give us a like? That's what I want. That's what I'm happy with. Okay, that bit's done. I'm just gonna pressure wash it off, and then this car is pretty much done. To be honest with you, it's very, 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 very quick to what I'm used to. So please don't judge me on this one. Come back again, you'll see a lot more. In fact, maybe one day I'll bring my own car in and I'll do a live with all of you and I'll take a bit more care, or quite a bit more care over it. Show you what we normally do. Right, okay. Time to get the studs off the car. And after this is done, I'm going to get the car back to the client and decide if I want to work on the Aston today or not. I'll show you in a minute the Aston that I'm talking about. There's an Aston Martin DB7 behind me, and that's in for machine polishing. The car's for sale. I'm not selling the car, just in case you think I'm trying to sell you something via YouTube Live. The car's for sale at Howard Wise Cars, and he wants me to prep it. And that's pretty much it. And then I'm going to go and try and find another car from a dealer for next week. He said that I could pop in. That's a good day to go and pop into him. Bad weather. But this is the Aston Martin DB7 that we're going to be working on. The work, part of it was done yesterday, but we need to finish that one. Right, let's see. Have you picked up the Kenetech stuff yet? Nope. You make a good point. I need to do that. Yeah, I've got to be honest with you, Gary. I can't be bothered to go and pick it up. I know that's absolutely terrible. I will go and pick it up. They've sent it to me in good faith, and I've been terrible by not showcasing the items. So I will go and test it. And I like what they've got. I just haven't picked it up. So I will go and pick it up maybe this weekend. And then I'll give it a test and I'll do a review for them. I'm pretty sure they're good products after speaking to them. They're the kind of things that I would use. So as long as they perform well, then I'll tell people. I mean, if they don't perform well, I'll still tell people. In fact, Gary, for large vehicles. So if you know anyone with a large vehicle, maybe they could bring it in and we could test it without cost on their car. What do you reckon? Out of a Geon on CarPro, what is better for everting? As just went one for all. I'm not sure what you mean exactly, Nathan. When you say everting, what was better? I'm not. If you could help me understand that, then I'll answer the question. I like both the brands. Neither of them are perfect, but I like both the brands, and I'm sure that I'll be able to help you. I'm just not sure what everting means. Right, let's see here. That Aston is a 2014, not a 96, as Marco said yesterday. Right, okay. I did think that that was a bit old. It's a 2004, so it's only 10 years old, not nearly, well, 28 years old. Is that right? Is that my maths on there? Let me read Nathan's question again. Out of Geon or CarPro, what is better for, as just want one for all line of detailing? Everting. Is that for cleaning? I can't work that word out. I know it's a typo, but I can't work out what word it's supposed to be. Right, and I was just in the car with that guy with the M2 and said to him, it's a 1996 car. It's not a 1996 car. I've just told someone that it is because someone told me that it is. No, can't really see what I'm doing. All right, okay. Car Pro or better for everything as just one line. Uh, to be honest with you, Nathan, I wouldn't stick to one brand. I mean, that brand would be absolutely over the moon if you did. But there's a Car Pro product which I cannot recommend. It's truly awful and it's very expensive. The chances of you using it are slim. But my point is, don't stick to one brand. Try and use a couple of them because there's not one brand out there that's perfect. The fact that you picked both Geon and CarPro is great because they're two very good brands, but mix from that. So is there something that you're looking to achieve exactly? And I can recommend some products to you. But bearing in mind, you've got about 5 minutes, and then I need to get this car back to the owner. So, but if you're on these things with people's social media, it's nice and easy. You can send me a direct message, and I'm more than happy to help. So if I do miss a question at PFG Detailing, and you're a startup, right? Okay, then definitely test a lot more products. Definitely. If you stick to one brand, like I had the other day, someone said to me, "Could I put something on their car?" Like, okay, yeah, no problem. Never used that product before. You're probably going to be stuck. I mean, you'll know how to use it, but you might not know how it reacts compared to your usual ones. Right, I wish that there was something that I could put on this car to get some protection on it, but I have not got the time today. The client has not given me enough time even. So, as long as it takes me to get because if you're in the UK, Dual is absolutely brilliant. You spell Dual like this is going to be backwards to you, but it's Duel. They're really great. But if you're not based in the UK, you won't be able to buy them. So whereabouts you otherwise, Car Pro and Geon would be great for you because they're more international products. Right, didn't soak myself down. You've got this on today. Excellent. Right, normally now I would drive a car. Please don't tell me what on the inside of a waterproof. It's not. It's just cold. Just cold. Get yourself some waterproofs. That's what I would do if I was you. Right. Normally I would dry a car with this drying towel, which is by Jewel. So get yourself a drying towel. Good car products, if anyone can suggest. God, there's loads, Nathan. Promise you. See, this is how easy it would be to dry the car. Just roll it on there, wipe it off, and there'll be a dry mark through the middle of that bonnet. So you'll be able to see, hopefully, you can see the difference between, I don't know if you can, don't know if you can, sorry. Right, I desperately need to get this car back to the client. In the future, I will probably be live with this car right here, the Aston Martin DB7. I'm always going live doing some kind of car. So as much as I don't want to go, I have to because the client needs to get it back. Thank you to all of you that are here. And 10:21, I've definitely got to go. Thank you, Gary. I will see you all very soon. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Nathan.